Do you know what's holding you back from earning your first million? It's not your education, where you were born, or even how hard you work. The real villain is something most people never realize: the hidden enemy within, the sabotagers of success. These sabotagers are the invisible forces that shape your beliefs, habits, and decisions about money. And here's the harsh truth: even if you sacrifice more, take thousands of courses, or work endless hours, if you don't identify and eliminate this hidden enemy, all your efforts will be in vain. Think about it. Why do some people with fewer resources achieve financial freedom while others with more tools stay stuck? It's because they've overcome the internal barriers blocking their path to wealth. Today, I'll reveal the 7 powerful steps to building your first million and help you uncover the sabotagers that might be stopping you. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand what it takes to achieve wealth, but also how to break free from what's been holding you back. Let's start with the most critical foundation of building wealth: your mindset. Most people believe their financial struggles come from external factors: a low-paying job, lack of opportunities, or even the economy. But the truth is, the greatest barrier is internal. Your beliefs about money shape your financial reality more than any outside circumstance. One of the biggest hidden enemies is the scarcity mindset. This sabotager quietly tells you that there's never enough. Never enough money, never enough opportunities, never enough success to go around. It's that inner voice whispering, "I'll never make enough," or "rich people just got lucky," or even worse, "money is too hard to earn." This mindset keeps you trapped because it focuses your energy on what you lack instead of what you can create. The problem is, what you focus on grows. If you constantly dwell on the idea that you don't have enough, your brain will find ways to confirm it. You'll miss opportunities, ignore possibilities, and stay stuck in a cycle of limitation. But here's the good news: you can break free from this mindset and adopt a new belief system, one that opens the door to abundance. The first step is reframing your beliefs about money. Start telling yourself things like, "There is more than enough money and success for everyone, including me. Opportunities to create wealth are all around me. And most importantly, I am capable of attracting and managing wealth." These aren't just feel-good phrases, they're tools to reprogram your brain. Studies have shown that repeating positive affirmations can literally reshape the neural pathways in your mind, making you more confident and open to financial opportunities. Here's a practical way to start. Grab a pen and paper and write down all the limiting beliefs you've been carrying about money. Be honest. Things like, "I'll never be rich," or "money only causes problems." Once you have them written down, challenge them. Ask yourself, is this absolutely true? What evidence do I have that supports this belief? Most of the time, you'll realize these beliefs are based on fear, not fact. Replace each limiting belief with an empowering one, such as, "I am capable of building wealth," or "money is a tool I can use for freedom and impact." Another powerful tool is visualization. Every day, spend 5 minutes imagining your life after making your first million. Picture yourself waking up in financial freedom, choosing how to spend your time, helping others, and enjoying the life you've always dreamed of. This isn't just daydreaming, it's training your mind to expect success. The more vividly you see yourself as wealthy, the more your brain will align your actions to make it happen. Your first million doesn't start in your bank account, it starts in your mind. If you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance, you've already overcome the biggest obstacle. What belief about money has been holding you back? Decide today to let it go and replace it with a new, empowering one. Your journey to wealth begins with the thoughts you choose to believe. Most people grow up believing that the only way to make money is by trading time for it. You work for a set number of hours, and you get paid a fixed amount in return. This approach feels secure, predictable, and for some, it seems like the only option. But here's the hard truth: you'll never make your first million this way. Why? Because time is limited. No matter how many hours you work, there's a ceiling on how much you can earn when you're exchanging your time for money. Even if you work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you'd eventually burn out, and your income would still be capped by how much time you can physically give. This is why the wealthiest people focus on creating scalable income streams. Unlike a paycheck, which requires you to work constantly to earn, Scalable income allows you to build wealth even when you're not actively working. Think of it this way. Instead of being a laborer who carries bricks to build a house, you become the architect who designs the house and lets others do the heavy lifting. To break free from the time for money trap, you need to ask yourself a powerful question. What skill, knowledge, or passion do I have that I can turn into a product, service, or system that earns money beyond my time? Here's an example. Let's say you have a talent for graphic design. Instead of working exclusively on hourly projects, consider creating templates or design packs that people can purchase online. Once created, these products can sell over and over again without requiring more effort from you. The same principle applies if you're a teacher, consultant, or writer. Can you package your expertise into an online course, a book, or a subscription-based service? These are all scalable options. But here's where most people sabotage themselves. They believe they need to be perfect before they can start. They think they need more qualifications, more experience, or the perfect timing. This is a dangerous trap because perfectionism leads to procrastination, and procrastination leads to missed opportunities. The truth is, you don't need to have everything figured out to start building scalable income. Begin with what you know right now. Your first attempt doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to exist. You can refine and improve as you go. The key is to take action and get something out into the world. Another important step is to diversify your income streams. Relying on one source of income, whether it's a job or even a single side hustle, puts you at risk. Wealthy people always look for ways to create multiple streams of income so that if one dries up, the others keep flowing. Start by identifying one additional income stream you can develop alongside your current work. It could be freelancing, investing in stocks, or starting a small e-commerce business. Remember, the goal is to shift from being dependent on active income, where you have to work for every dollar, to generating passive or semi-passive income streams that work for you, even when you're not actively working. This is how you start to create wealth that grows exponentially instead of linearly. Your time is valuable, but it's also limited. The sooner you stop trading hours for dollars and start building scalable, diversified income streams, the sooner you'll be on the path to making your first million. Take a moment now and ask yourself, what skill, idea, or opportunity could you start leveraging today to create income that grows beyond your time? The answer might just be the foundation of your first million. One of the most overlooked factors that keep people from building wealth is financial leakages, small, seemingly harmless expenses that quietly drain your money month after month. These hidden costs are like holes in a bucket. No matter how much you pour in, you'll never make progress if the leaks aren't sealed. Let's take a closer look at your spending. Are you paying for subscriptions you barely use? Buying coffee every day without thinking twice? Ordering takeout several times a week because it feels more convenient? These might seem like minor indulgences, but over time, they add up in ways you wouldn't believe. Here's an example. Imagine you spend $10 a day on things like coffee, snacks, or impulse purchases. That's $300 a month or $3,600 a year. Over 10 years, that's $36,000. Money that could have been invested, grown, and moved you closer to your first million. The real enemy behind financial leakages is emotional spending. This happens when you buy things to feel better, to reward yourself after a tough day, or to keep up appearances. These purchases give you a temporary high but often lead to long-term regret. Emotional spending is one of the most common sabotagers of wealth because it's tied to deeper issues like stress, boredom, or a need for validation. To stop this cycle, you need to become hyper-aware of where your money is going. Here's a simple exercise. For the next 30 days, track every single dollar you spend. Write it down or use a budgeting app, but make sure you're honest with yourself. At the end of the month, review your list and ask these two questions. Which expenses were absolutely necessary? Which expenses didn't add real value to my life? Once you identify the leaks, take action. Cancel subscriptions you don't use. Set a weekly budget for non-essential spending and stick to it. Plan your meals instead of ordering takeout. These small changes might feel insignificant at first, but they free up money that can be redirected toward building your wealth. But cutting back isn't enough. You also need a system to ensure your money works for you. Automate your savings by setting up a direct transfer to a savings or investment account every month. Start with whatever you can afford, even if it's just $50 or $100. This not only creates discipline, but also prevents you from spending money impulsively. Here's where the magic happens. If you redirect the money you save from plugging financial leaks into an investment, you start to harness the power of growth. That $10 a day you used to spend on coffee, invested at an average annual return of 8%, it becomes $17,000 in 10 years, $52,000 in 20 years, and over $120,000 in 30 years. The key is to stop seeing every dollar as just something to spend and start seeing it as a seed for your financial future. Every dollar saved and invested moves you closer to your first million. The next time you're about to make an unnecessary purchase, ask yourself this: does this move me closer to or further away from my first million? When you make this shift, every financial decision becomes an opportunity to build wealth rather than sabotage it. Seal the leaks, redirect your money, and watch how quickly your financial situation transforms. If there's one principle that can completely transform how you think about building wealth, it's the power of compounding. This is one of the most important concepts in the world of finance, yet so many people underestimate its potential. Compounding is what allows your money to grow exponentially over time, turning small, consistent efforts into massive results. Here's how it works. Compounding occurs when your money earns interest, and then that interest begins to earn interest on itself. It's like planting a tree. At first, it's small and seems to grow slowly. But over time, as the tree matures, it produces more branches and fruit, growing faster and faster. Let's look at an example. Imagine you start investing $500 a month into an account that earns an 8% annual return. In 10 years, you'll have roughly $91,000. In 20 years, that grows to $294,000. And in 30 years, over $745,000. That's the magic of compounding. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to multiply. But here's the problem. One of the biggest sabotagers that keeps people from using the power of compounding is procrastination. It's easy to tell yourself, I'll start saving and investing when I earn more money, or I'll focus on this when I'm older. The longer you wait, the more you lose out on potential growth. For every year you delay, you're giving away thousands, even millions, of dollars in future wealth. Let's break it down further. If you wait just 10 years to start investing that same $500 a month, it'll take you nearly twice as long to reach the same financial milestones. That's why the most important lesson about compounding is this: start now, even if it's small. The sooner you begin, the easier it becomes to build wealth over time. Another sabotager people face is the misconception that they need a lot of money to start investing. This is a myth. Today, you can start with as little as $5 or $10 thanks to modern tools like fractional investing apps, index funds, and robo-advisors. What matters isn't the size of your initial investment, but the consistency of your efforts. Here's what you can do today to harness the power of compounding. Open a high-yield savings account or investment account. Automate monthly contributions, even if it's just $50 to start. Focus on investments that grow over time, like index funds or ETFs, which are designed to deliver steady returns. Think of compounding as planting a financial garden. Each dollar you invest is a seed. The more seeds you plant and the longer you let them grow, the bigger your harvest will be. But if you never start, you'll never see the fruits of your labor. Here's another tip. Use compounding for more than just your money. Apply it to your skills and knowledge as well. Every hour you spend learning about investing, developing a high-income skill, or building your business has a compounding effect. The knowledge you gain today will multiply your opportunities tomorrow. To sum it up, compounding is your greatest ally on the journey to your first million. Start small, start now, and stay consistent. Don't let procrastination rob you of your future wealth. Remember, every day you wait is a day you're giving up the opportunity to grow your financial tree. The sooner you plant those seeds, the sooner you'll see your wealth flourish. One of the most powerful yet overlooked strategies for building your first million is creating systems. Goals are important, but without systems in place, they're just dreams. Systems are what turn your vision into a daily reality by creating habits that consistently move you closer to financial success. Think of it this way. A goal is like saying, I want to reach the top of the mountain, A system is the map, the gear, and the daily steps you take to get there. Without a system, you'll either wander aimlessly or give up when the climb gets tough. The biggest sabotager here is relying on willpower alone. Most people assume that if they just try harder or stay motivated, they'll reach their financial goals. But willpower is limited. It fades when you're tired, stressed, or overwhelmed. Systems, on the other hand, work automatically. Once you put them in place, they keep working for you, even on the days you don't feel like it. Let's look at how to create systems for wealth building. The first system you need is an automated savings and investment plan. Instead of saving what's left at the end of the month, pay yourself first. Set up an automatic transfer to a savings or investment account as soon as your income arrives. Even if it's just 10% of your earnings to start, this habit ensures you're consistently building wealth without relying on discipline. Here's why this works. Automation removes decision fatigue. You don't have to think about saving or investing. It happens in the background while you focus on other things. Over time, those small, consistent contributions add up, thanks to the power of compounding we discussed earlier. The second system is time management for personal growth. Building wealth isn't just about managing your money, it's about managing your time. Block out regular time each week to learn a new skill, improve your expertise, or work on a side hustle. For example, if you're aiming to start a business, dedicate 2 hours every weekend to researching, planning, or creating. Consistency is what turns effort into results. The third system involves tracking your progress. Many people avoid looking at their finances because it makes them uncomfortable. But what gets measured gets managed. Set a monthly money review date where you sit down and check your savings, investments, and spending habits. Use this time to adjust your strategy if needed. This habit keeps you accountable and ensures you're staying on track. Finally, delegate or simplify tasks that don't contribute to your financial goals. Wealthy people understand the value of their time. If you're spending hours each week on activities that don't align with your long-term goals, find ways to automate or outsource them. This frees up your energy for higher value tasks, like growing a business or learning new skills. The beauty of systems is that they remove the guesswork. You no longer have to wonder if you're making progress because your actions are aligned with your goals every single day. Remember, systems create habits, and habits build wealth. Ask yourself, what's one system you can put in place today? Maybe it's automating your savings, blocking time for personal growth, or committing to a monthly financial review. Start with one, and let it become the foundation of your financial success. When you focus on building systems instead of relying on willpower, you shift from hoping for success to creating it. Over time, these systems will quietly and consistently work in the background, bringing you closer to your first million without overwhelming effort. Let your systems do the heavy lifting, and watch how your financial future transforms. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your financial success. It's often said that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. While this might sound like a cliche, it's a truth you can't afford to ignore. Your environment, your friends, colleagues, and mentors shapes your mindset, habits, and opportunities. If you want to make your first million, you need to be intentional about the company you keep. Let's get honest. Are the people around you constantly complaining about money? Do they believe success is only for the lucky few? Do they criticize others for trying to improve their financial situation? If so, you're absorbing their negativity, even if you don't realize it. Over time, their limiting beliefs can become your own, subtly sabotaging your progress. The sabotager here is comfort zones. Many people stay in unproductive environments because it feels familiar and safe. But growth requires discomfort. If your current circle isn't inspiring you, supporting your goals, or pushing you to reach higher, it's time to make a change. The first step is to evaluate your network. Ask yourself, who in my life encourages me to grow and improve? Who challenges me to think bigger? Who is already where I want to be financially? These are the types of people you need to connect with. Seek out mentors, peers, or communities that align with your goals. If you don't know where to start, look for local or online groups focused on entrepreneurship, investing, or personal development. Platforms like LinkedIn, Meetup, or Facebook groups can be a goldmine for finding like-minded individuals. But here's the catch. Many people feel intimidated by the idea of reaching out to successful individuals. The fear of rejection or feeling unworthy stops them from taking action. To overcome this sabotager, remember that successful people were once beginners too. Most are happy to share their knowledge with those who are serious about learning. Approach them with humility, a genuine interest, and a clear question or request. For example, instead of saying, "Can you mentor me?" try something more specific, like, "I admire how you've built your business. Could I ask for 15 minutes of your time to learn about the strategies that worked for you?" This shows respect for their time and makes it easier for them to say yes. Another way to elevate your circle is by attending events, seminars, or workshops. Being in a room full of ambitious, goal-driven individuals can be life-changing. The conversations you'll have and the connections you'll make can open doors you never even knew existed. Don't underestimate the power of digital connections either. Follow successful entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and wealth creators on social media. Engage with their content, join their discussions, and absorb their insights. Over time, this will reshape your mindset and keep you motivated. Lastly, don't forget to contribute value to your network. Relationships thrive when they're built on mutual support. Share your skills, offer help, or simply be a positive and reliable presence. The more you give, the more you'll receive in return. Remember, wealth isn't just about money. It's about the relationships, knowledge, and opportunities you cultivate. If you want to make your first million, surround yourself with people who think big, take action, and inspire you to do the same. Take a moment to reflect. Who in your current circle is helping you grow? And who might be holding you back? It's not easy to step out of your comfort zone, but aligning yourself with the right people is one of the most important steps you can take on your journey to financial freedom. Start building your million-dollar network today and watch how your perspective and your opportunities expand. And if you've ever wondered why some people make a lot of money easily, while you, even with so much sacrifice, study, and dedication, can't prosper, if you want to discover the secrets that helped me unlock my mind and go from debt to millionaire in less than 1 year, I have something amazing for you. In my new book, Rich Mind, I'm going to show you that getting rich is easy and that what's really difficult is convincing yourself of it. If you want to put an end, once and for all, to your hidden enemies who sabotage your success and unlock your mind to make money towards the life you deserve, I will leave the official link for you to download the Rich Mind ebook here in the description and in the first comment pinned to this video. Dare to think differently. Let's continue. No matter how much knowledge you gain, how perfect your plans are, or how motivated you feel, none of it will matter unless you take consistent action. The journey to your first million isn't about a single big breakthrough or a lucky moment. It's about showing up every day and putting in the work, even when it's uncomfortable. Here's the truth. Most people fail to make their first million because they wait for the perfect time. They tell themselves, "I'll start when I'm more prepared," or "Once I've saved a little more, then I'll take the leap." But here's the hard reality. The perfect time doesn't exist. The only way to get closer to your goals is to start now, with what you have, where you are. One of the biggest sabotagers here is perfectionism. It's that inner critic that tells you your plan isn't good enough, your skills aren't sharp enough, or that you'll fail if you don't get everything right. Perfectionism leads to procrastination, and procrastination is the enemy of progress. The most successful people understand that progress beats perfection every time. Taking imperfect action is better than waiting for perfect conditions that may never come. The key is to focus on consistent, small steps that compound over time. Just like investing small amounts of money grows into a fortune, taking small, consistent actions creates momentum that leads to massive results. Start by asking yourself this: what is one thing I can do today that moves me closer to my first million? It could be as simple as creating a budget, researching investment options, starting a side hustle, or reaching out to someone for advice. The action doesn't have to be big. It just has to move you forward. Here's a powerful way to stay consistent. Create a daily or weekly habit of doing one thing that contributes to your wealth-building journey. For example, dedicate 30 minutes every day to learning about finances, working on a business idea, or developing a high-income skill. Over a year, that's over 180 hours of focused effort, and the results will be transformational. It's also important to embrace failure as part of the process. Many people stop taking action because they're afraid to fail. But failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone to it. Every mistake teaches you something valuable, and every setback brings you closer to your goal if you're willing to learn and adapt. Think about successful entrepreneurs, investors, or creators. They didn't achieve their first million by getting everything right the first time. They succeeded because they kept going, even when things didn't work out. Adopt the same mindset. See failure as feedback, not as a reason to stop. Another critical part of consistent action is celebrating your wins, no matter how small. Each milestone you reach, whether it's saving your first $1,000, launching your first product, or completing a course, is a sign of progress. Acknowledging these wins keeps you motivated and reminds you that you're moving in the right direction. Finally, surround yourself with accountability. Share your goals with someone you trust, a friend, mentor, or community, and ask them to check in on your progress. Knowing someone else is watching can be a powerful motivator to keep going, even when you're tempted to give up. Remember, the path to your first million isn't a straight line. There will be ups and downs, moments of doubt, and times when it feels like nothing is working. But if you commit to taking consistent action every day, no matter how small, you'll create the momentum that leads to success. So, what can you do today to take that first step? Don't wait for the perfect time or the perfect plan. Start now and let your actions, no matter how small, build the foundation for the wealth and freedom you deserve. The journey to your first million begins with one decision: the decision to act.